All right, how's the audio sounding? My mic was muted. Move over to there. All right, so how do the levels sound now for mic, the game? Either one too loud? How's it? I'll just keep going. Somebody. All right, my audio a little louder, game a little lower. Got it. That and that. Is that sounding a little better? Just adjusted them slightly, not too much. I can lower the game audio more if it's coming through too much. We'll just... Okay, great. Yeah. Check. Okay, so I guess before I get into starting it all, I'm just going to talk briefly about wanting to try out streaming. It's an idea I've had for a few years, been thinking about it. Never really felt like there was a good, what's the word, like, reason or time to do it, I guess. I was always like, oh, I'm too busy, don't have time, or kind of find excuses to not try it out. And then, so I'm just adjusting these a little more, so it looks like I'm clipping a bit with the mic. So eventually just kind of decided, you know what, let's think about this a little more than just, oh, it would be fun to do. Like, what would I actually do if I was to stream? What would I play? What would I try out? And thinking about that, kind of landed on, I think it would be fun to do more like variety content, not just the same like 2 or 3 games really, kind of like a themed thing each day that I would stream. So for instance, Saturdays is Stardew. Will be primarily Stardew Valley. So today's will be the start of a StardewValleyExpanded, just with the StardewValleyExpanded, a bunch of quality of life mods and other things. And then once we finish this one up, whenever that will be, probably do another one with Ridgeside Village, possibly one with East Scarp later, and then maybe something with all 3 of them, or maybe just Stardew and Ridgeside, maybe East Scarp, I don't know yet. Just play through them all. Stardew is definitely one of my favorite games, definitely a nice comfort game, relaxing to play, so I thought it would be a good one to play for my first stream, to just be comfortable while playing, not feeling like I'm trying to figure something out as I go. I know what I'm doing here, just be able to dive right in. And just see where it goes from there. If I enjoy this, if I thought it went pretty well. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's been any significant tech issues. Obviously, audio levels is kind of a thing you gotta figure out as you go. but looks like the feed's coming through fine. So nothing alarming there that I got to troubleshoot. So as long as things go well and I enjoy this, I intend to keep doing it. So yeah, so part of why I picked Stardew Valley Expanded over normal, just vanilla Stardew, I just think it adds a lot of extra fun stuff to make that to make a first stream a little bit different. I think anyone who's played Stardew has probably played it several times, so the vanilla stuff everyone kind of just knows the ins and outs of. Then once you reach a certain point, there's kind of just the point of like, okay, now I'm just working on aesthetics, or do I want to just start a new farm? With Expanded, there's just so much more stuff you can do, like later in the game after the community center and stuff, that I think just adds on to it. So we're gonna go with the Frontier Farm. That was added in the most recent Stardew Valley Expanded like major content update. Just a huge farm with a bunch of extra quests and stuff. Just really interesting way to add on. Just pick out my clothing quick. Hopefully my mouse clicks aren't coming through too much. I know when I don't have the best setup right now for where my mic is. So it's coming through every once in a while. Once I reposition my mic in a different spot, once I get a mount for it, that hopefully won't be an issue, but I tried setting some filters to try to minimize that. So this will be the Stardew farm. Just adjust pant color. I'm gonna go with purple. Favorite thing. So I keep it simple there. Pizza. I've thought about this for a bit, what the name should be for this character. Wanted it to be a little silly, keep it amusing still. So we're going to be Flurkus. So this will be the Flurkus Stardew farm. Flurkus is the inheritor of this. We'll see what adventures he gets into. So with the number of mods, there's only one really major content one, being Stardew Valley Expanded. Other things add little things here and there. Some of the load times will be a little bit longer, not excessive, maybe 30 seconds to a minute between each day, just going through some of the stuff, but otherwise, I think this should go pretty smoothly. I talked over a little bit of the opening thing, but I'll try to make sure to read the dialogue, what's going on here. So there will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life, and your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Let Grandpa rest. Some number of years later. So yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know the lore for Stardew, basically you work for Joja initially, just kind of a typical desk cubicle job. Your grandfather had left you this letter before he passed, kind of knowing that there would come a time where this lifestyle becomes not what you want. And at that point in time, it would be when you should open that letter and kind of see what his guidance is. Yes, Joja is the Amazon of Stardew Valley. So let's open the letter. Dear Flurkus, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. That same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Stardew Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. So, uh, um, P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? So, there it is. Grandpa is giving you the deed to his farm. You want to change a pace in your life, so you're off to the farm to start your new journey. I have a few dropped frames, so I'll keep that in mind for my next stream if this is an issue, but I think that might have been from just the initial startup. Sorry, clicked out for a second. So yeah, so you're taking the bus from the city out to the valley. And this is Robin. Hello, you must be Flurkus. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here, if you'll follow me. Once we get through all these cutscenes, I'll be adjusting the UI. I usually like to zoom out a bit more, see more of the surrounding area. So once we get through this cutscene and start, I'll get that fixed. This is Satterdew Farm. You can see it's a bit of a mess. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. And here we are, your new home. And this is Mayor Lewis, who your grandfather mentioned. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, Mayor of Pelican Town. You know, everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. So, cool, everyone just dunking on your home. Don't listen to her, Flurkus. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you may buy one of her house upgrades. So, yeah, obviously, Robin is who you go to for all of your buildings and house upgrades. She's the carpenter. Anyway, you must be tired from the long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town in a bit and introduce yourself. The townspeople would appreciate that. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. Okay. So now it'll save and start the first day. And this is where mods do some stuff in the background, so that's add some of that loading time back in. Okay, so first thing I want to zoom out. That should be good, and then I always zoom that out the whole way. Just make sure I have always show tool hit location. I always turn that on. I just think it helps a bit for knowing where you're actually working with your tools, so you're not kind of swinging in the wrong area by mistake. Yeah, so the box gives you a nice nectarine sapling. That is part of the StardewValley Expanded. There's new crops. new monsters, items, areas, all kinds of things. And we have 2 quests. So introductions, we've got to meet all of the villagers, and we need to cultivate and harvest a parsnip, which obviously means we need to buy some crops. Hey Flurkus, I forgot to ask you when your birthday is when you moved in. I wanted to make sure I knew so that I can make a record of it in the town's documents. Want to make sure you feel welcomed after all. Just fill out this form here and you'll be good to go. This is also a mod. I'm using the Happy Birthday mod. It's just a fun thing that helps you be a little more immersed in the town. Everyone has a birthday that you want to make sure you give them gifts on, stuff like that. But you don't get one in the normal game. So it's a fun little extra add-on that just lets everyone have to celebrate you once a year. Okay, Winter 5. I'll make sure to remember that. See you soon, Flurkus. Okay, so now we have a lot of space we have to clear up on the farm. So we've got our pickaxe for breaking up all the stones. You've got a normal axe for chopping your wood and cutting trees down and everything. Scythe to cut through the grass and fiber. All of this stuff gets used for crafting different items. You have your hoe for tilling the soil and that watering can for watering your plants, obviously. So we're just going to clear up some of this area. Early on, aesthetics aren't as important at the start, I think. It's more about just getting stuff cleared and just having a space to work with and making some money. So we're just going to clear some of that. The Frontier Farm gives you a peach tree, or a pear tree right off the bat, so you have some extra money coming in early. Just a nice little extra thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and ship that pear quick. Lots of grass back here. So we get all of this cleared up. I usually, Frontier Farm, I like to turn this back area into a little mini orchard early on. Just quick access to grabbing fruit from fruit trees once they're grown. And again, you're limited in space, how much you can do, so I try to keep it all a little more compact to begin with. So just clear all that out and plant the tree right there. So let's clear some more of this. Let's chop some trees down to get a little more wood. So I'm gonna get one chest built before we go into town to buy some crops. Just makes it easier to have a spot where we can store things. So I'll touch on two real quick. I'm using UI Info Suite, so we're showing here a construction bundle. We'll get to that once the community center opens up, but UI Info Suite just lets you know how long you have to your crops grow, and will tell you if any items in your inventory can be used for any of the bundles. Just a convenient thing so you're not having to check back and forth. Alright, so we're going to put a chest there. This will be for resources. I'm going to make it black and just drop all of those in there. We have some mixed seeds which we can use to grow some crops. I'm just going to go pick up some more beforehand so we can just plant a lot of stuff at once. So you got your bus stop up here, which will matter more in a little bit. Well, a while. You gotta unlock the bus. It's not currently repaired, so we gotta get it fixed. Each season, for anyone who hasn't played, you have different things that you can forage. So I picked up a dandelion. Just another way to get some income, more useful early on, I think. So here's the calendar. You can check this, see when people's birthdays are. So Morris, who runs the Joja Mart, in the normal game, he's just kind of there. He's his own fleshed out character in Stardew Valley Expanded, which is why he shows up here with a birthday. We got Lewis later on, Vincent, Haley, Olivia, a mystery event that we don't know about, holidays on the 13th and 14th, and a few other birthdays, and then a bookseller. But we'll go into Pierre's here, start meeting some people. Well, hello there. I'm Gus, chef and owner of the Stardrop Saloon. So Gus runs the saloon. Oh, that's right. I heard someone new was moving into that old farm. That's Abigail. She is Pierre's daughter. Pierre, hey, it's Mr. Florkus, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of the local general store. If you're looking for seeds, my shop is the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price. Yeah, you could sell stuff to him in a pinch, so like I could sell this dandelion. But you have a shipping bin. It's kind of easier to just drop it there. That's more convenient when you're in a pinch and you're tight on inventory space to just sell stuff to him at the shop. So we got to buy some seeds. I'm going to buy a couple different things. So parsnips only takes 4 days to grow. You harvest it, done. You have to plant something else then. Beans, they take a longer time to grow, but they keep producing after that. So we'll buy a few of those just to have some. Same thing with cucumbers. We'll just buy a few. And then we have some other ones that take longer to grow. We're already a little limited money-wise, so maybe we'll just do that to start. So we'll go back to the farm, plant that. Not going to worry about running around meeting everybody yet. So first day, we're already kind of tight on energy. I want to just get stuff planted first. So we will come back, then just in this area right in front, we'll start tilling the soil and making the space for everything. So just do that. We'll plant the green beans on that side. The cucumbers there as well. So just all the stuff that keeps growing will be there. We'll just fill in with the parsnips. And then we'll put these mixed seeds. So we still have one more. If we find another mixed seed, we can plant it there then. Now we'll just work on watering all of this. So you got to water everything every day unless it rains. Or there's things you can eventually get sprinklers, help make life a little easier on yourself, not have to actually spend energy watering every day. So there's another mixed seed, so we'll get that last spot. Okay, so mixed seeds are always a random seed of that season. You don't normally you just kind of drop it. UI info suite will let you know immediately what it is. So we have a bunch more parsnips, and we're going to get one potato out of that. So now we'll just work on clearing up some more area because we're going to need all the resources for crafting, making upgrades and things. We're just going to clear out as much as we can. Energy is getting pretty low, but that's where I'll touch on another nice mod that we're using just to make things go a little more quickly, and that is sit for stamina. So we'll go inside, we'll sit at the table, or just sit in any seat, and while you're sitting, your stamina slowly recovers. Just taking time for Florkus to rest a little bit. Didn't realize how hard farming would be. It's day one. It's not even 3 o'clock, and he's exhausted. So let him sit, relax a little bit. So we'll let this recover, and we'll go back out and keep clearing the area. Okay. That should let us get a lot more done. We'll clear out some of this. So it's hidden by my screen, by my camera, so I'll just describe it. Doesn't super matter. UI Info Suite also lets you track your experience, so you know how close you are to leveling up. So I'll actually pull up the menu, talk through that for anyone who doesn't know. So you have several skills. You've got your farming skill, which obviously that levels up from farming, taking care of animals. Your mining skill comes from mining. Foraging, that comes from picking up the like wild flowers, things like that you find around that vary from season to season, or from cutting trees down and just harvesting those resources. Fishing comes from fishing. Combat is from combat. So each one of those, when you gain experience in that skill, in the bottom left corner, it would show what your progress is towards that level. So once I resume, we're about to hit a foraging level. An indicator pops up when you level up too, but this is it's just a convenient thing to know how close you are to a level when you're working on something specific. So probably from cutting this tree down, I think will give us a level. Yep. And when you level up, nothing happens immediately. You go to sleep, and you'll see when I go to sleep at the end of this day how leveling up works. We're just going to clear some more of this area. We got some more mixed seeds, so I'll probably get a little more space. Get those seeds planted as well, just to get a little more, get some more crops going. We'll just go over here. Okay, so parsnip and a cauliflower. We have enough wood. We can make another chest. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make this chest for the foraging items. So each thing tells you its category too. So sap's foraging. I consider it more of a resource. So I'm going to put it with the resources. But dandelion here, it's a foraging item. So we're going to put that in this box, and I'll do this, pick this color here for foraging items. Some of the stuff would be, like, you can sell it earlier on, just to get that money early. I try to, the first few of each thing, I try to just set aside first, since I know I'm going to need certain things for bundles. Just so I don't have to find them later when I'm in a pinch. I prefer to just kind of stockpile early. One other thing that I actually need to do, I'm just going to reorder these. I usually try to keep my first item an item that when I swing it, it doesn't use energy. So the scythe clears this grass, but it never uses energy. Just so I don't like absent-mindedly click, which you still do occasionally when you're switching between tools. Just so you need to be kind of conservative early on with your energy. You don't want to accidentally pass out or anything. Okay, so that's a good bit more stuff. We'll store all that. We found some coal. Eventually I will move that into another chest, but for now I'm going to just keep that as is, because we have the space. So I'm going to just sit for a few, get some more energy back, and then once we have that, we're going to go back out, harvest a little more resources. So the day in the game, roughly every minute is an hour. A minute of real time is an hour of in-game time. You wake up at 6 in the morning. You can do stuff till 2 in the morning, but really you have till 1:50 in the morning. At 2, you pass out. So you want to make sure you get everything done well before then. When I'm playing on my own very casually, I normally kind of, once I wrap up what I want to do for the day, I'll go to sleep at like 5 in the game. Not an efficient use of the day and the time, but later in the game you can sometimes reach a point where it's like, I'd rather just get to the next day to harvest crops. Early on, it's definitely much more useful to maximize every second of the day, or as much as possible, to get as much as you can. Obviously, once it gets darker, it gets harder to see. There's things for that, like you can build torches and everything just to kind of light the path. We'll do that later. For now, it's just you just get as much as we can, so we have everything to work with. So UI info suite as well, when you hover over a tree, it tells you what it is. So this says in parentheses SVE, so that's a new type of tree with Stardew Valley Expanded, birch trees. You can harvest resources from trees when you build tappers. We'll be doing that later. We're nowhere close to having the resources yet for that. But these larger stones we can't clear yet. Pickaxe isn't strong enough. We'll need to get upgrades to our tools to be able to get those larger objects that can block paths for us. Getting later, but we're doing pretty good. Still on time. Get a few more things cleared out. We could get one more seed, so we can go ahead and just plant that quick. Another parsnip. Let's drop all of these things off. I'm just going to go ahead now. Way over here is stream, so we can come over here to fill up our watering can. Just convenient to do that now, so we don't have to run over there in the morning while we're watering all the plants. I think we'll go to bed there. Time I'd have to spend recovering energy isn't gonna give us much time to do stuff. So since I leveled up the foraging, we got some boost. Axe proficiency +1, so it takes a little less time to chop stuff down. Trees will sometimes drop seeds, so now it's a new item we'll be able to get. We'll be able to craft wild seeds, so that's a crop that we can grow then, and we can now make field snacks. So those are going to be useful early on too, for when we're trying to just clear the area, just some extra energy, so we don't have to take the time to sit. We can just eat something quickly. Start of the day. So we see some more UI info suite stuff. Our luck shows here. So normally in vanilla game, you would go to the fortune teller. She gives you your fortune. This just shows it there, and it lets you know. So it's going to rain tomorrow, so we know in advance what tomorrow will be like, so we won't have to water tomorrow. We have mail. Hello there, I just got back from a fishing trip. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you, Willie. So we got a letter from Willie. He's just a person who was away on a fishing trip. Presumably he's a fisherman, but he has a gift for us, so we'll want to go over to the beach and get that. first we gotta water all these crops. I'm just gonna click that quick too. Yeah, so visit the beach south of town before 5 p.m. So we'll run over and do that today. I think we cleared a lot of space on the farm. So today we can kind of focus on running around and meeting people. There's plenty of them that we have to meet. So we'll come through this way. Just peek up here quick, see is there any forageable items to get. Nothing there. And we'll head into town. So I'm just going to head to the beach first. No one in the town is awake yet. It's 7:30 in the morning. But we do have a task here. I need sunfish to rub on my sore head. Please bring me one as soon as I can. Sure, we'll do that. So Pierre would like a sunfish to rub on his head. So we'll go get that. I sell different dishes each week, so make sure and check in every now and then. So yeah, Gus runs the saloon, sells a bunch of different food items, something to just check on from time to time. There's a daffodil to forage. So we'll head down to the beach over here. Got a cutscene. Ahoy there, son. Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet you. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive, and hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. So now we have a fishing rod and we could start fishing. You received a bamboo pole. There's good water here in the valley, all kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old pappy used to say anyway. So yeah, so Willie runs the fishing shop down there. You can sell fish to him, buy some supplies. But we're going to go ahead and at least get the tutorial out of the way. It's one thing I've noticed in past playthroughs I've done with mods. The only times I've really had crashes has actually been on if I didn't fish right away. The first time I fish in an area that wasn't the, I guess, intended area was the only times I've had the game crash for some reason. So I just figured it's safe to just do that there, get it taken care of. The last thing I want is the game crashing on stream. Ahoy there. It's nice to see young folk moving into the valley. It's not very common these days. Alright, so caught a sardine. And we need to catch a sunfish, but while we're here, might as well pick up all of these shells that are laying around. With 300 pieces of wood, this could be fixed. So it lets us know we want to collect wood to repair that bridge there. We can go over to that side. So there's another shell, so we'll grab that. So there's a few things to have there. But we can go ahead. We can run down here. Let's just sell all this to Willie so we have some extra money early on. So we'll just go ahead and sell all that to him. He's got some recipes that we can buy later for some cooking and crafting. So we can get a fish smoker from him and a recipe for some seaweed salad. But we don't have the money for that, so we're not going to worry about it. While we're here, I'll just fill up my watering can again. Let's try to catch a sunfish so we can get that quest done. But let's meet first. Oh, a stranger. My name's Vincent. Mama says not to talk to strangers, but you seem okay. So, it's Vincent, one of the kids that lives in the town. see. We got a sunfish. Smallmouth bass. So I've never really understood. It seems like the fishing minigame has very mixed opinions. There seems to be people who really hate it. I like this fishing minigame a lot. Go say hi to this person. ... Hi. So Jazz, another one of the kids, she's a little nervous of strangers apparently. Makes sense. Yeah, this fishing minigame, I like it. It's not... It has a right level of challenge, I think, for certain fish. Later on, like the legendary fish, stuff like that, I think it scales pretty appropriately compared to games where you just click and you get it, which is nice too in those games. I think for this, it makes sense. It fits. Move over here, cast the reel out further. Yeah. I will say fishing in this game is one thing that when you have a late game farm or you've gotten a lot done, and then when you start a new one, it is a bit of whiplash. As you level up, the green bar for fishing expands. So it definitely is noticeable when you have a bar that's 3 or 4 times the size of it is now, going back to a low fishing level and doing it. Reintroduces that challenge again for the simpler fish. But as you level up and you have other fish you're able to catch, the challenge scales with the size of the bar because they dash around and they do other things. Alright, so we got a sunfish. So let's go to Pierre and deliver that to him. Let's double check. Yep. Well, sometimes it's just quicker to move instead of trying to walk through them. So we'll just say hi to Pierre quick. Sometimes I get new items in stock, so make sure to stop by every so often. Let's deliver the fish. Oh, you brought me the item I asked for. Thanks so much. Here's your payment. So then we can go in here, collect the money. Not a ton, but it's something. So how was your first night in the old cottage? Backpack. So we need 2,000 gold to get the backpack upgrade. Definitely want to get that as soon as possible because it gets difficult trying to do a lot of things without it. So let's meet a bunch more people. Oh, you aren't exactly how I imagined, but that's okay. I'm Jody. Jody is Vincent's mom. Oh my, aren't you a cutie? Welcome to the valley, dear. So it's so exciting when someone new moves in. It's Olivia. She's one of the characters from StardewValleyExpanded that was added in. Hello, you must be Flurkus, the new farmer. I'm Caroline. Caroline is Pierre's wife and Abigail's mom. Oh, I can read it on your face. You're going to love it here in Pelican Town. If you're ever looking for something to do in the evening, stop by the saloon. That's where I work. So that's Emily. Have you met everyone in town yet? That sounds exhausting. It's Robin, who we met already. Mayor Lewis told me you just arrived. I'm Marnie. Yeah, Marnie. She has her own farm here. She is where you'll go to buy animals for your barn and coop once you get them. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, aren't you the one who just moved in? I'm Maru. I've been looking forward to meeting you. So Maru works part-time here with Harvey. Miss Harvey, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Harvey, the local doctor. Why, hello, and welcome to our little community, dear. You can call me Granny if you like. Evelyn, sweet old lady who lives in the town. So how many more people do we need to meet? We are halfway. There's someone. It's irritating to have to meet all these new people, huh? Name's George, by the way. Now buzz off. It's George, that's Evelyn's husband. Alex is in there. We're not good enough friends with him to enter his room to meet him yet, so we will have to do that another time. Let's go check this trailer. Okay, no one's home, so we'll move on. We can... I'll talk to Sam first. Hi, I'm Sam. Good to meet you. Sam is Jody's older son, Vincent's older brother. Oh, hello. I'm Penny. It's Gus again. Let's meet the blacksmith. Hi, I'm Clint. So yeah, Clint is who we'll go to. He sells ore. Won't necessarily be buying those. We should mostly be getting that from the mine. But he also is where we'll go to upgrade all of our tools. So once we get copper bars from getting enough copper ore, we'll be able to upgrade all of that. Let's check trash cans since no one's around. We'll go into the Joja Mart. Oh, hey there, you're that new owner of Stardew Farm. My manager had a meeting about you. I work part-time at Joja Mart. So it's Martin, he's another StardewValleyExpanded character, works here part-time. Hey kid, the name's Pam. It's Pam, that is Penny's mother. Shane's hard at work, he doesn't seem interested in talking. Okay. Shane, another one of the bachelors in the town. It's Farmer Flurkus. Welcome to the valley. My name is Morris, manager of Joja Mart. If you need cheap quality seeds, there's no better place than Joja Mart. And that's the last time we'll most likely be talking to him. Because I will not be doing a Joja route run. Never done one. Eventually I will to get the achievement, but not a priority. Let's see if there's anyone here. Which there is one person, Olivia's son, we haven't spoken to yet. Doesn't look like he's here right now. I'll show... Okay, he's over here. So this is another nice quality of life mod, NPC map locations. When you're looking for certain people, you can just check this and see where they are. So he's over by the pond. So we can go over there. There's Maru again. She's off work, so she's back to normal clothes. Same with Shane. He is done working. Oh, hey there. You're the new owner of Stardew Farm. I'm Victor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Flurkus, is it? So that's Victor. There's a few more people we still have to talk to. But I'm not sure how many of them we'll be able to do at this point. Mostly because I don't remember everyone's schedules. But there's Haley, so that's one of them. Oh, you're that new farmer boy, aren't you? Yes. Okay, 8 more to go. Trying to think in my head who all is left. So, one we have to wait a few more days for, though I don't think he counts to the initial list. But this whole area down here is modified with StardewValleyExpanded. Kind of expands Cindersap Forest to add in some of the new people. So one of them is Andy, who is not... There he is. It's up here. Would you look at that? It's the new farmer everyone has been talking about. Finally moved to the valley, I see. I've been working Fairhaven Farm here for many years. It ain't much, but it's honest work. So he's... the old farmer, still working here. still scraping by. And we haven't gone over to this area yet. It's after 7. I don't think we can go in now, so it might be too late. Nope. Okay, great. Eek, a stranger. Wait, aren't you Flurkus, the new farmer? Sorry, I get a little nervous around people I haven't met before. My name is Sophia. I'm the owner of Blue Moon Vineyard. So, Sophia, she lives here, runs this vineyard. You can buy sprinklers from her early on if you want to. Alternatively, you can just wait to craft them. But yeah, she runs all of this. I'm just gonna check that trash can. So I think we'll pop into the saloon in case anyone is there. There's 2 people that might be there that we can meet right now. Nope, they're not here. That's fine. If need be, sometimes I usually just wait till Friday to finish meeting everyone. Elliot, Leah, and Sebastian, I think, are the most difficult ones to meet early on. They spend a lot of time in their rooms, and if you don't have 2 hearts with them, which you don't at the beginning, it's kind of difficult to try to link up with them. We'll just clear a little bit more stuff before we go to bed. So we have the energy and we have some time. We haven't spoken to Linus yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow. So we are full on inventory, so we're just gonna we'll sell the smallmouth bass, come back up and grab 2 seeds. Didn't see them, so yeah, from leveling up the forage, we now get seeds for some resources. So we can store all this. I'll just store the algae there for now. Some more foraging, we'll put that there. Let's go up and get that sap. Alright, so we have this area basically cleared. We can't destroy those 2 stones, so there's not much else we can do up there. So we can keep working at this area. Who's my favorite new character in Stardew Valley Expanded? So my first playthrough, I've played through Expanded before. I thought Sophia was the coolest character. Anyone who hasn't played through it, I'm not going to spoil why, but as we talk to everyone and we get to know them, you'll kind of learn more about each one. I just really liked her story. Each time I play through, I try to pick a different person to marry just to experience a different story each time. So I'm gonna pick someone else that I haven't married before in the game. We haven't met them yet. They haven't shown up yet. We can get that still without kind of this bit. So we'll meet them later. But there is another person I have in mind for this playthrough. There's a fir cone. That's the seed from those trees. I'm just going to move that there. So yeah, so again, we're very low in energy. Probably won't have enough time to recover more to do anything else, so we'll just go to sleep there. Still not a lot of money coming in each day. It kind of comes in waves as you harvest crops. That gives you a nice chunk of extra money that you can sell stuff, buy some more seeds to grow some more. I think we've got 1 or 2 more days till the parsnips are grown. That'll be the first thing we have. Yeah, 2 more days for the parsnips. I keep finding cool stuff, but my backpack is full. Does this sound like you? Well, Pierre's got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out our affordable size 24 backpack. See you soon. So yeah, so we definitely want to get that backpack as soon as we can. And that's where foraging is very useful early on. You just get a bunch of the stuff, and then you can sell everything extra that you don't need. So we're going to focus on that today. We'll try to meet a few people, and then we'll sell any extra foraging stuff we don't need. So there's Linus. A stranger, hello. So it's Linus. He lives in this tent up here. He's just a person that prefers to live outdoors. He's not clearing that. I wouldn't necessarily describe him as homeless in the traditional sense, because he prefers that lifestyle for himself. It's just his decision. It wasn't something that he was forced into. So, ooh, getting pretty lucky today with placement of stuff for foraging. We still have some time. I'm going to circle back to Robin's house there to try to meet some more people, but 9 a.m. is when most of the shops and stuff open, so no point in just standing outside of it waiting. But we found a lot of things. Silver quality horseradish, so that's nice to get earlier. Higher quality items sell for more, so nice to get that. We'll go ahead and just catch one fish while we wait. We've got the room and time. And we're still on bamboo pole, low level, so not a lot of options that we're going to find anyways for early fishing, so it's probably just going to be like a smallmouth bass again, but it's still something to sell, and it's a little more experience points. Oh, bullhead. That's good. Wow. Gold. Huh. That's really nice, getting a gold quality bullhead. So that'll be something else to sell. Let's just say hi to Robin. Rain doesn't stop. Rain doesn't stop me from getting a job done. So yeah, so you could talk to her, construct farm buildings. So obviously we're nowhere close. Money, resources you get for these. Coop, barn, well we don't really need. That's a convenience thing for people who don't want to walk too far. Silo, we'll definitely need a few of those once we start a barn, once we get a barn and a coop, just for feeding. Mill, that won't be for a while. Shed, we'll wait on. I like to get several fishing ponds once I have enough seaweed and algae to do it. There's a lot of different fish that can provide resources, so I think it's good to have like a whole area set up for them. Stable, that won't be for a very long time for getting a horse. Slime hutch, I always skip. I've never found this to be useful. I don't think I'll build it this time either. I've never been in a situation where I was going, man, I really wish I had a slime hutch. Shipping bin, also we have one. Don't need to worry about that. Greetings, I'm Demetrius, local scientist and father. Thanks for introducing yourself. So Demetrius and Robin are married. They have Robin or Maru, and then Sebastian down here, who we cannot talk to yet either. He has a very specific schedule, and when you're not friends with him and you're not able to go into his room to talk to him, you're stuck waiting for the narrow window each day for when he is out. Sturgeon are fabulous for fish ponds. Yes, sturgeon are very, very useful, partly because they're the only ones that can make caviar, so you 100% want to have a sturgeon pond. Unless you get lucky with a treasure chest that gives you some sturgeon roe when you're catching one. otherwise I definitely always make sure to build one. So we're just going to check this. So your social list, this lets you know how close you are with everybody. So you see Pierre, we're almost a full heart. That's from finishing that request for him yesterday. You get most of a heart from fulfilling one of those. So we can scroll through, see we're not really close with anyone yet because we basically, most of these people we've spoken to once and that was it. We can scroll down, see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more people we have not met. So we need to go try to find some of them. A few of them we aren't going to see today because it's raining. They stay indoors, and we're not friends enough with them to be able to walk into their houses. Oh, hey, you're the new guy. Huh, cool. So another thing I'll touch on, when I woke up, I heard dripping from somewhere. I think the roof might be leaking. So when I speak to people, the people around them, a little smiley face comes up. Alex is my grandson. Have I told you that already? That's another mod called Part of the Community. And it's another way to make you feel more ingrained in the town as opposed to just a person running around doing random things. The way it works is as you're going about your day, different actions that you're doing to improve the community are looked on favorably by the rest of the townspeople. So when you talk to someone, anybody else that's in the immediate area sees it, and they get a little bit of friendship with you for seeing you interacting with people. Similarly, so each of these things you could see like, okay, I need these for the spring foraging bundle, but there's also the shipping bin icon. That means I haven't sold one of them yet. The first time you sell any item, part of the community awards you 2 points of friendship for each person as well. So just another way to build up friendship with everybody through other like passive means. So we're going to store some of these things. I think we'll go ahead and just sell all of these ones to get some more money coming in. And there's same thing, finishing quests each day. That gives you a little bit of friendship with people. I'm gonna go this way. What else? You can give gifts to people each day. I'm not worrying about actually doing that yet, but that's base game stuff. That's not unique to part of the community. I also I use the Friends Forever mod. What that one does is it prevents friendship decay from occurring. So what that is each day you don't talk, in the normal game, each day you don't talk to a villager, you lose, I think, 2 points of friendship. Every time you talk to him, you gain 10. So really, as long as you talk to him once every like 4 days, you're getting a net gain out of it. And once you have max friendship with someone, the friendship doesn't decay anymore. When you're playing with a bunch of mods, there can end up being a lot of people to talk to, and it can get a little overwhelming, I guess, to keep up with it all. So I like to use the Friends Forever mod just so it's one less thing to have to kind of think about there. And it's not like it actually is a thing in the main game, like that's punishing. Like, you're never really getting into a situation in the main game where you haven't spoken to someone for 3 seasons straight and somehow lost all your progress with them. I think that's incredibly difficult to manage. But still, just one less thing to have to worry about when you have that mod enabled. Okay, so there's a coal there. I'm going to drop all this stuff off and come back for all that. You can sell those. I'm going to sell one of each of these because, like I said, it hasn't been shipped yet. So for Friends Forever, that'll be 6 more points of friendship for everybody. So I forget what the numbers. I think it's like 200 or 250 points for each heart of friendship. So it's not a huge amount as far as like significant progress to making friends with people, but it chips away at stuff, which is useful early on, because you're not really devoting time to running around speaking to everyone every single day. You kind of bounce around how you interact with everybody. Right, so we got a mining level up. Get rid of some more of this stuff. We're nowhere close to actually needing to use wooden things for crafting, or using the resources for building a coop or a barn. So we can use some of this wood to, we'll come back for all those. We can use all of that stuff to just make some more treasure, or not treasure chests, chests to be able to just store resources. So I'm going to go ahead and make 3 more for now. We'll put 1 there. I'll put 2 over here. So this one will be for fishing. We'll store some fish and stuff in there. Make the red one fruit, and we'll make this green one vegetables. So once we're harvesting stuff, we'll want to keep a few of them. Like I said before, with trying to keep some of these some items and resources, I do the same thing with all the crops and things. In part for once I'm able to start cooking. It's good to have. Oh, and here's something here. So another nice thing about this farm is the fact that there are mahogany trees that just grow around. So mahogany trees provide hardwood, which is a very, very useful resource for several different things as the game progresses. But usually you don't have access to hardwood right away. You need to get some upgrades first. The Frontier Farm gives you that early. So just another nice thing to have at the start. It can speed some stuff up when you're trying to make progress early. Especially because before you have mahogany trees growing, when you do get access to the hardwood, it's a limited amount you can get each day, so it takes a lot of time to really build it up. So that's nice to have early on, especially if you get a couple of mahogany, get a couple of seeds, so you can start just growing a bunch of mahogany trees. So that's a good amount there. We have time, so we'll go sit for a few and recover some energy, and then we'll get back to clearing up some resources. Once we have the what's the word? I'm drawing a blank on the word that I wanted to say. Once we get the first bit of crops grown, we'll be able to get a few other things crafted that will be very useful for us. So that's coming in 2 days as well. And tomorrow is not raining, so we can try to find Elliot and Leah. And if we don't find them, we're guaranteed to get them Friday. So a lot of times when I do my first playthrough, I'll ignore certain people and just wait till Friday. Everyone gathers in the saloon. It's a Friday night, everyone's going out. So I'll usually wait till then to meet certain people. That it's just too much of a pain to find earlier. Clear all this up. I'm going to leave all the grass out for now, because I don't know yet where I'm going to want to put a chicken coop and a barn. and it's very convenient whenever you go to build those. Just build it wherever all the grass is, and if you want to put some fences in to contain the animals, you can just kind of you already have the area cleared up for yourself. So we're getting low on energy again. But what we can do, because we definitely have time that we can clear stuff up, so we can take those and just make yourself a field snack. We're not going to get to clear a whole bunch more. It's not a huge amount of energy, but it'll be enough to get a few more trees chopped down. Probably this one, and then we can get some more of these stones. Some of these fiber. Okay, I think that's good. So yeah, pretty successful day. We'll harvest the pear tree tomorrow. I normally just let it go. So 1 fishing efficiency, level 2 foraging. We can make a charcoal kiln. We can now make cherry bombs for mining. So as I say, I usually with my fruit trees, I'll harvest them every 3 days. Just wait till they're full. And then if it gets to be the end of the season, I take whatever it is on the last day, since they don't grow out of season unless it's in a greenhouse. Okay, so we can almost get a backpack. Robin here. I know there are a lot of stone scattered around your farm. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve a convenient place to refill your watering can. Just swing by with my shop of 75 stone and 1,000 gold when you're ready for it. Yeah, we're not going to bother with that. Again, Frontier Farm, it's set up. You're not terribly far from a watering source, so it's not a huge deal when you have to walk a little bit to fill it up. So, and we're not growing an absurd amount of crops right now that would warrant needing to constantly refill just to get through them daily. Okay, so we'll start keeping a few pairs, build up a little collection. So we'll sell one, we'll sell 2, keep 1. Let's try to... Who do we want to go for first? We'll try to find Elliot first. I'm trying to avoid looking up... I want to tab out of the game to look up people's schedules. But we do also have another mod that is useful. Local herring population is starting to threaten other species. I'm not going to do that one. Just don't feel like it. So we can check here. I've never actually tried it in here, so we'll check if I can. Yes. So one of the mods I have is lookup, or look up anything. It's a really useful mod for being able to just kind of look, if you're looking for a specific fish or item, see where it's located or what the conditions are for being able to get it. So like Elliot here, we can see what he loves, what he likes. If you have an item in storage, it'll show up in black, and it'll show up in either green or blue, I forget, if you have the item in your inventory, so you know what you want to give them. Currently at Elliot's cabin, and here's the schedule for the day. So 8 a.m., walk to cabin, 11:30 a.m., he walks to Pierre's. So we have a little bit to wait before we can actually see him, but we're going to be able to meet him today. We cut that close. The saloon can get pretty lively at night. Sometimes we even put a coin in the jukebox. So yeah, he came out right after I checked HE, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, Thank you for the follow. Not sure who all is active in the chat. 80. So we're just going to harvest some of these things. Willie's shop will be open in a moment, so we can sell some of this stuff and clear up some more inventory space, and then I think we'll just fish until we can go meet Elliot. Let's get rid of all that. Stream's going well. Fortunately, there's been no like tech issues. Had to just kind of adjust my audio levels a little bit at the start. Been pretty laid back, just kind of playing and talking to whoever's listening in. Yeah, just kind of seeing how it goes. I'm enjoying myself, which matters most, so I definitely think I'm going to keep doing this going forward. As people come, great. Whoever sticks around, I appreciate them as well. But I'm enjoying this so far. Wasn't sure what to expect, what my comfort level would be, anything like that, but it's been pretty good. I mean, I think it helps, you know, playing a game that I'm comfortable with and I'm familiar with. Kind of getting a feel for narrating as I'm going, I guess. That's not something I've done a lot before. I'm sure most people probably don't narrate their daily activities, so kind of getting a feel for that. I think that'll come with a few streams. Thank you for the compliment on my beard. I've had it for several years. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. But I had a specific style in mind when I first grew it, and I've basically kept that ever since. Never really deviated from this. I think it works for my face shape. Never considered doing like a full beard or anything. I don't think it's too much for me. Yeah. So I think after this fish, we'll go and stake outside of Elliot's to meet him finally. And then we'll just move on to the next person, which will probably be Leah that we want to try to meet next. So he should be coming out, or is he already walking? Nope, it's not out yet. There he is. Ah, the new farmer we've all been expecting, and whose arrival has sparked many a conversation. I'm Elliot. I live in the little cabin by the beach. It's a pleasure to meet you. Stardew is definitely one of my favorites. So my absolute favorite game is Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2. I just have a lot of nostalgia with that game. We're very lucky to have a library in such a small town. I played that game a lot on the GameCube with friends. Back, like, the way that was set up was, you know, you had your character on your memory card, and to play multiplayer, you had to put your memory card in the second slot and transfer your character over, and then remember to transfer it back afterwards. Hello, it's nice to meet you. So a lot of memories with that game that I just always really enjoyed. When Blue Burst came out with Episode 4, I played that a lot. Still play it on a private server from time to time. Played Phantasy Star Online 2 for a little bit. Yeah, just really enjoyed that game. Stardew, I actually made a list a few weeks ago of, like, I ranked my top 25, and Stardew was either number 2 or 3. I think it was number 2. So I just want to double check Sebastian's schedule before I continue talking. Yeah, 3 o'clock, so we'll start heading up there. Um, so I actually was late to playing Stardew. Like, I loved Harvest Moon as a kid, played a bunch of Harvest Moon games, Wonderful Life on GameCube, Friends of Mineral Town, Harvest Moon DS, a handful of others. Um, and then when the Stardew came out, I followed the development a little bit, like knew of it, was familiar with it generally, just never played it right away. Uh, Sorry, I said, do you want something from me? Um, yeah, just for some, like, sometimes it's just like when games come out. I mean, anybody who uses Steam or anything like that does a lot of gaming. Like, you end up accumulating a backlog of games you own that you haven't played, plus your list of games you want to pick up that, Steam sales come around or something like that. Um, so it was on a list for a very long time, and I just never played it. And then I want to say like 2-ish years ago, I finally played it. Like, I can't believe I waited so long to finally play the game. And just absolutely loved it. Was just nonstop playing. Like, come home from work, first thing I did was just hop on the game and play, like, just constantly. And then shortly after I did my first 1 or 2 farms, I would do multi-worlds with friends, like doing some randomizers, trying out some mods. You're always welcome to visit us, even if you aren't shopping, And then 1.6 came out, and I played that like crazy. That was actually my first perfection run. How's the farming business going? It's a parsnip season, isn't it? So yeah, played through 1.6 like crazy for most of 2024. Got perfection, only using a handful of quality of life mods. Like, wasn't using like Expanded or Ridgeside Village or anything. And then I started another 2 or 3 playthroughs. Well, I started one playthrough using StardewValleyExpanded and Ridgeside, and then like I think it was September or October. Okay, Sebastian's coming. September or October, StardewValleyExpanded got a major content update, which meant time to restart, play another farm. Oh, you just moved in, right? Cool. Okay, so we finished meeting everybody. So now we have to give someone a gift. And I don't think anybody around likes the fish, so we're not going to worry about that right now. So yeah, so I was playing through that playthrough using Expanded, Ridgeside Village, and East Scarp. I've been playing that for a while. Oh, wow. Okay, definitely want to come back for that. Actually, I'm just going to toss 1 stone. That's very nice to have gotten early. So it's the first artifact I've found. We'll take that to Gunther. A funny thing about this... Sure. Before I continue, yeah. What's the question? Just make my way over to the museum while I wait to see the question, 80. So we're gonna donate this. A funny little side thing with the Amber. So when Stardew Expanded's content update came out, the Amber drop rate was incredibly low, and so I donated my first one to the museum. But then after that, I needed one for something else, and I could not find one. And a lot of people had that issue, and they ended up one of the later updates of it increased the drop rate so people could find it because it was excessively low. It caused a lot of headaches for people. Yeah, abysmal. Not a single piece in the collection. What's this? You found something? Let me see it. Remarkable. It's very old. I'd love to study this in greater detail, but it is yours. I've got a favor to ask you. Would you consider donating any new artifacts or minerals that you find? We can make a groundbreaking discovery together. Oh, and who knows, if you keep donating, I might come across some interesting items to send your way. Think about it, will you? If you decide to donate, just bring the objects to the front desk. Okay, so we will go ahead and donate this. I'm just going to plop it wherever. I'm not going to worry about the aesthetic of it right now. Maybe I'll organize once we donate more things. But for now, we just got it donated. Say hi to Clint. Business has been slow lately. Yeah, there's not a huge need for a blacksmith in the town. Hello there. I'll just say hi to a few people. The clouds look great this time of year, don't they? And we'll go back to the farm and keep clearing some more space. I think hopefully tomorrow we'll hit 2K and be able to get the backpack upgrade. Actually, we'll chop these trees down. Yeah, getting the amber early was I was very surprised to find that one. That's one of the ones I'm more surprised. Like, I think that, and like if I was to somehow find a prismatic shard in an early floor of the mines, those are probably the best case scenario things you could find early on. I'm sure there's others I'm not thinking of, but just off the top of my head, those are incredibly lucky. Yeah, 80, you can ask the question. Sorry if you didn't hear before. Yeah, you can ask. Why don't you upgrade your channel to put some stuffs? What do you mean by that? I think I don't know that I fully understand. I appreciate the compliment. Sit for a few to get some energy back. By upgrade the channel, what do you mean there? There are limits to what I can do right now since this is my first stream. Obviously, I don't have affiliate or anything like that yet. So there's things I just don't have access to. So I think I'm just logo banner. Oh, you mean like on the channel page, or do you mean within the stream? So some of it, I'll say, I kind of winged the prep for a lot of it. Like, I made some very simple stuff in like Canva for the graphics and things. I haven't like looked to do more yet. Partially because I didn't know what whether or not I was going to enjoy this or not, and I am enjoying it. So like those are things I'm definitely going to be considering. Yeah, like it. I get that. And I agree. Like, obviously, you want it to look as nice as possible. I think a lot of the goal today for me was kind of feeling it out, and to a certain extent, kind kind of testing my internet. Like I did some tests before to get a sense of what quality I could stream at. And I have had a few drop frames I've noticed that I'm going to keep in mind in the future, especially if I play any other games or other ideas I have for stuff I'm going to need to modify. So if you want to shoot me a message, I will say I did have in rules for the channel, ideally, I want to try to avoid people doing too much promotion in the channel. Okay, I'll touch on that in a second, the item I found. But I have my link for Blue Sky. If you have Blue Sky, if you want to shoot me a message there or something else, and I could look at stuff. For the sake of full transparency, I'm not looking to do anything soon. As far as like if I was to commission anything, it's definitely something I'm keeping in mind. It's just a matter of there's some thresholds for myself I want to reach for the channel first. So I'm just going to read that book quick and go to sleep. So Woody's Secret was also a big thing to find early. I've had playthroughs where I didn't find that to year 2 or 3. I'm definitely open to it, but probably not immediate future. It'd probably be something down the road, just for the sake of being transparent and not leading you on or anything like that. But yeah, you can shoot me a message on Blue Sky. I think that's the only social I have linked right now. I don't want I haven't set up some of my socials yet for where that I use for personal versus this. But yeah, I have my Blue Sky linked in on my channel page, so feel free to shoot me a message there. As far as the social media, the promotion, and then like polishing up the channel page, 100% aware that needs polish, that needs to be updated. Then all that's just going to come with time as I feel things out. Hello, Flurkus. Don't get back. You see this cat there? I found it sitting outside the entrance to your farm. I think it's a stray. Poor little thing. I think it likes this place. Hey, don't you think this farm could use a good cat? Of course I will adopt the cat. Name him Izzy. Oh, okay. I'll fix that on Blue Sky once I'm done with the stream. I'm not the most proficient with social media. Like I know generally stuff. I think most times I default set stuff to private. Obviously, if I want to do streaming, I'm going to need to not do that, but I will get that fixed. I'll do that when I wrap up the stream. Well, little Izzy, you may be a good kitty now, or you be a good kitty now, okay? Yeah, so I name it after Izzy. Izzy was my childhood cat, passed away a few years ago. Same color palette, so I always name them after that. Look at it. Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to check out your page after I do the stream. Dear Farmer Flurkus, you might need some more space someday. Well, that's where I can help. If you bring some raw materials and pay fee, I can expand your house. The first expansion I offer includes a kitchen. With a kitchen, you'll be able to cook any recipes you've learned. Anyway, I hope you're starting to feel at home in Stardew Valley. Your local carpenter. Hello, Flurkus. My name is Susan. Lewis told me you're a new farmer in town. I'm trapped on my farm in the mountains, so I can't say hi in person. Hopefully the mess Jojo made will be cleared out soon because I'm going a little stir-crazy. Can't wait to meet you and see how the farm is shaping up. So Susan is someone that we have yet to meet, but we'll do that soon. Yeah, 80, I'll do that. I do have a Discord. Well, I have a Discord account. I don't have a server set up or anything like that for this yet because I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. Sure, I'll link up with you on Blue Sky first. I don't want to I don't know offhand the Discord username, but I can message you the Discord username after the stream once I get on Blue Sky. To our valued Jojo Mart customers, our team members have removed the landslide caused by our drilling operation near the mountain lake. I'd like to remind you that our drilling operation is entirely legal, pursuant to Initiative L61 of the local environment is our top priority. We apologize for any inconvenience this accident may have caused. As always, we value your continued support and patronage. Morse. Okay, so let's harvest all these parsnips. Hopefully get a farming level. Yep. Okay, so we don't quite have enough, from the looks of it, for a backpack, but what we can do, I'm just going to store a few of these. Instead of putting them in the shipping bin, we're going to go straight to... Okay, we'll have to do that tomorrow. We're going to go straight to Pierre's, and we're just going to sell it all to him, and that should give us enough then. Okay, 80. I'll make sure to do that afterwards. Okay, so we got a little bit of time to go before Pierre's is open. So we'll go see what we can forage down at the beach. There's a halibut frenzy. So maybe we'll take advantage of that to get some extra money. We can find, there it is. Don't know how difficult a halibut's going to be for level 1 fishing. Or even if the... Well, yeah, this isn't the training rod, so we should be able to get them. But it is a bad luck day, so we might not get a lot of them. I think we'll just try to catch a few of them, and we'll just sell those to Willie as well, just to help push the money up to make sure we definitely can get the backpack. Ideally, if we can get the backpack and a few more seeds just to plant some more stuff, that would be great. Because I don't want to just spend all the money for the backpack and then not have much use for it immediately. Willie's heading inside, so we'll follow him in after we catch this fish. Well, we want to get the treasure chest. That's going to be... Oh no. Hopefully we'll get a geode out of that treasure chest. That would be nice to be able to go crack open. We won't take the seeds. Unfortunate, but also reason to get the backpack upgrade. Right, so let's sell those. So we're definitely going to have enough for the backpack, and we'll see how many seeds we can buy. Probably just get parsnips for now, because that's going to be the cheapest. But I would definitely like to grow more things if possible. If I could ideally grow at least one of each crop this season, that would be a win. Headcanon that Willie sounds like Barbosa. That does make it a lot funnier when he talks. Excited dog sounds. More excited dog sounds. And we're gonna pet Dusty. Because like any good game, you could pet the dog. Okay, so we're just going to sell all of it. Okay, buy the backpack. So now we have enough. We could buy a couple things. So let's see. We'll grow a few flowers. Just a few kale. A few tulips. We only have one potato growing right now and only one cauliflower. Cauliflower take longer, so we'll get those. And we'll do one parsnip. It's kind of a weird mix of stuff, but just to get something more going there on the farm. And the landslide is cleared, so we can go up to the mines. Which is good that we got the backpack upgrade, because we'll definitely need that space when we're trying to go through the mines. So let's get all this planted. And now we'll get everything watered. Okay. We'll head up to the mines. So yeah, so normally vanilla, your mine entrance is right there. StardewValleyExpanded moves it. There is an option, you could keep it in the original spot. I like to move it back here. I think it just makes sense with the way this is all set up. So let's say hi to Marlin. Even though he's going in there, he's going to show up here because it's the first time walking in here, and that's the cutscene. I was just wondering how far down this mine shaft goes. I'm going to take care of some of the monsters in here before they start climbing out into the valley. I've met a lot of adventurers in my time. I recognize that look in your eye. Old age hasn't robbed me of my eyesight or my skill with a sword quite yet. Take this weapon. It may not look like much, but it's imbued with magic. With it, you'll be able to battle the monsters here. Okay, so now we have a sword. I'll keep my eye on you. Prove yourself and I might think about making you a member. So now I'm just going to rearrange my inventory, keep the sword up front. And we have a new quest to reach the 5th level of the mines. So we'll start exploring now. So for anyone unfamiliar, the way it works, every day the whole mine's randomized and you go in there and you basically just explore each floor, killing the monsters and breaking the rocks to try to find the ladder to reach the next floor. And there's a new bar there. So normally everything I'm doing for mining, it's using or foraging, farming, it all uses energy. But now since combat is introduced, you have a health bar as well that you have to be mindful of, because you don't want either of those to reach 0. But yeah, so we'll just start working through the mines. Every 5 floors of the mines you get through, you unlock an elevator. So you don't have to start from the first floor every single day. Oh, there's a crab. Cool. We got a bomb from that. Yeah, so you can start from where you left off the previous day if you hit a 5th floor multiple. just a way to not feel like you lose progress or anything. Marlin is Sam Elliott. A live-action Stardew Valley would be very interesting. I'm sure there's probably been numerous articles and things done of like fan votes on who would play different people. So it's a bad luck day. We're kind of low on energy. Hopefully we could find the 5th floor before we run out of energy. We did. Great. Okay. So now we have to reach level 40. We have no chance of doing that today. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. I think. Let's check this quick. Okay. So these are goals. You have to take out so many monsters to unlock special rewards. But I don't think I'm going to do any more in the mines today, because that's just a heavy lift there. But we have some items. I think what I'm going to do now, since it's Friday, we managed to meet everyone before Friday, which was nice for getting the introductions done. But I still think I'll go down to you met my son Sebastian down, right? He lives downstairs. We'll still head down to Gus's to meet with everyone that's down there. Like I said, with part of the community, every time you talk to someone, all the people in the area also get friendship. So when everyone is in the saloon, it's an easy way to get a lot of friendship with everybody, plus a lot of extra boosts to everyone's friendship by just talking to everybody in there. And we found a boomerang, so we'll hopefully make it in time to the museum to donate that as well. I forget what time the museum closes. Okay, we made it. And donate a boomerang, and we'll donate quartz. There's Caroline. It's a fine looking day. Yes, it is. It is a nice sunny day in Stardew Valley. Alright. Generally, everyone starts showing up to Gus's on Friday around 5-ish or so. They roll in for the next like hour and a half. But different people are in different areas, so we'll kind of figure it out. Hey there, come to Pet Dusty. Already did that earlier in the day. So there's a lot of people there. But I'm going to start over here, because these are the only people that show up on this side. So, wow, I just realized it's Friday. Should I let Sam win for once? Nah. Sigh, I'm not very good. I always found this interesting, because the way they're standing and Sam's motion makes it seem like they're playing foosball or something like that, or like table hockey, when it's clearly a pool table. So I just always thought that animation seemed weird. Victor is playing Pumpkin Smashers. So now we'll just work our way across talking. Robin has a hot temper. It's better to stay on her good side. We already spoke to her. He's a little shy, but I'm sure he'll warm up to you if you're nice to him. Talking about Sebastian. Hello, dear. Don't you have work to do? Let's see. Does anybody... Oh, actually, Andy, I think I can give something to. I've been working hard all week. I deserve a little relaxation on a Friday night. Hey, I was doing my nightly rounds and noticed that your first parsnip was ready. Congratulations. I think Andy likes horseradish. He does, so we'll give him a gift. If you want to get on my good side, you should buy me a drink at the saloon. Or give you a horseradish. That also finishes the quest. It's simpler to be friends with the trees. They don't have much to say. Say hi to Marnie. I think you'll love having a little friend on the farm with you. Of course. Fresh air, this valley is good for your mind and body. Hey Gus. Oi Gus, give me another pint of your strongest. Spring, the season of pastels. I actually prefer jewel tones myself. Oh, excuse me, I was mumbling about fashion again, wasn't I? Business has been really good tonight. I'm pleased. Yeah, looks like things are going well for Gus in the town. And Willie. Handling salty fish all day makes me real thirsty. So we've spoken to everyone here. So that's a nice bit of extra friendship with everybody. We got a lot of resources found from the mines. That was a nice start. Probably want to build another chest because I like to keep all of the mining / blacksmithing related things in a separate bin from the rest of the resources, just because you end up getting a lot more stuff over time as the game progresses. I'm just going to throw it all there for now. I'll take out the coal. I'll take out the wood quick just to build the chest. Put the wood back. I think I'll put monster loot in this chest too. I'm going to set this chest over here. Slightly out of the way. There's a reason for that. That will make sense later. We'll do that. And I'll keep this cherry bomb on me, just in case. So we're just going to sit quick, get a little bit of energy. Oh, pet the cat. How did I forget? That also means when I run out there, I need to remember to water the food bowl. Or water the water bowl, not a food bowl. We'll get some energy, we'll do that, and we'll collect a few more resources, and then we will probably call this day. I actually realized food bowl's watered already. I missed something today that I didn't realize I missed, but it's too late now. So we'll definitely want to make sure I remember to do it tomorrow. Oh, there's a geode, so we can do that tomorrow as well. So the thing I missed was triggering the event for the community center, which is like the main part of the game. But it only triggers from a specific entrance into the town, and you have to do that after a certain time of the day. So I actually went into the town too early and didn't trigger the event. So we're going to have to do that tomorrow. But we got 2 geodes, which is nice. So those will hopefully be some more artifacts that we can donate. We got a coal. So put that there. Drop all that stuff off. I think that's fine for now. We'll sell these ones for some more money. We'll just keep those geodes in the inventory. Let's see what else we can clear up. Just some small things here. We're a little low on energy, so don't want to do too much. Or there's not a lot I can do without having to sit down. So I think I'm going to focus on getting some more of the fiber cleared. And maybe some stones. Okay, there's a stump there I didn't see. Okay, I think that's a good bit cleared up. Okay, we have enough. We can get that planted and watered. And that's a good stopping point for this day. So we'll have a lot of things to do tomorrow. Like building a scarecrow. We're going to want to do that tomorrow. We have a quest to do so. Good to have so you don't have birds eating your crops when they grow. It's a very bad luck day. I'm not going to go to the mines today. I'm not going to see a lot of progress there. Hi there. Good morning. I noticed that you've been breaking some rocks open and finding ore. That's good. If you want to get the most out of the ores you find, you'll need a furnace. It just so happens I had an extra set of blueprints lying around. Here, I want you to have them. Okay, so we got the blueprints for how to make a furnace, which we will definitely want to do, but we don't have enough resources yet for that. The furnace allows you to smelt metal bars. The bars can be used for crafting, construction, and tool upgrades. When you've smelted a few copper bars, consider having me upgrade one of your tools. It can make your work a lot easier. Well, okay, I'm heading home. Take it easy. So this is definitely a priority thing to get done, but not yet. I see you've been exploring the old mine. You've got the adventurer's spirit, that much I can tell. If you can slay 10 slimes, you'll have earned your place in my adventurer's guild. Be careful. So that's another quest. We want to go back to the mines to take out 10 slimes. We're going to cut it close on water. Might have to run over and refill before we get through all these, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we're going to be one short. Oh, okay, exactly enough. Great. But still need to run over. So yeah, I'm ignoring the left side of the farm entirely for now. I'm going to try to be conscious of that side when I start building buildings to try to make use of it. In other playthroughs, I kept everything very concentrated to this front area, and it got out of hand, and I want to try to avoid that this time. So I'm just waiting a few before I go into town so I can trigger the event that I need to trigger. So I'm just going to cut down a few more trees and clear a little more space in the meantime. Okay. I think it's 8 a.m. I'm not using it right now, but I do. Another mod I have that I'm playing with is Event Lookup. So it lets you know what things are available for you to trigger as far as interactions with villagers and other things, hard events, quests, things like that. I usually wait till a bit later to start using that once I kind of have a lot of different things that I can have for interactions with people. I don't think it's really necessary to be checking it early on when it's only one or two things going on. But once you start getting higher friendship with everybody, you have a lot of things that can occur. All right, so now we start learning about the community center. I didn't try to go into it the first few days. It was locked. You couldn't anyways. But this goes into some of the detail. Oh, hi there. What an eyesore. This is the Pelican Town Community Center, or what's left of it anyway. It used to be the pride and joy of the town, always bustling with activity. Now just look at it. It's shameful. These days the young folk would rather sit in front of the TV than engage with the community. But listen to me, I sound like an old fool. Joja Corporation has been hounding me to sell them the land so they can turn it into a warehouse. Pelican Town could use the money, but there's something stopping me from selling it. I guess old-timers like me get attached to relics of the past. Ah well. If anyone else buys a JojaCo membership, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. Sigh. Here, let's go inside. So yeah, so at this point, if I was to buy the Joja membership, I'm doing the Joja route. I'm not going to do the Joja route. If I was to ever do that one, I would want to do it with StardewValleyExpanded, or I believe there's a mod I'd read about it like a year ago. Someone had made that like you could start with a Joja specific farm that kind of fleshes things out to make it like you're a Joja employee that was brought into the valley. And I think that would change the dynamic and make it, you're the villain of the game, but it would make the playthrough kind of more cohesive and make sense, as opposed to just this weird, like, you're just making a choice and then spending money. What's this? I guess Vincent and Jazz must have been playing in here. This place is even more dilapidated than I remember. What? It's the little guy popping up in the background. What's the matter? Are you ill? You saw something. I wouldn't be surprised if this place was full of rats. You're worrying me, Flurkus. So there's clearly something mysterious going on here. Look, I think I'm going to head home. I need some lunch. Hey, I'll keep this place unlocked from now on. Maybe you can help catch that rat if you have some extra time. So there's clearly something weird going on in the community center that you gotta look at. I'll have to come back and explore this building further. So we're gonna do that now. So we have to investigate the rat problem. So we come in here, nothing, just looks dilapidated, not used. But what's this? Okay, some weird text that we can't read. The quest has disappeared, so that is something we'll have to come back to. But in the meantime, we could go crack open these geodes. Yeah. Oh, and there's Marlin walking around. Let's say hi to him. Hello. So, Marlin is another one. I'll say hi to Martin too quick. Can I beat him? Cool. Sorry, I don't want to work today. So, Marlin is another one that he's in the original game, but he was added in as a person you could interact with Stardew Valley Expanded. Kind of fleshes out his character a little more too. So we'll crack open these geodes. Okay, so we got some stuff that we can, well, just one thing, mostly stone. Well, it was a bad luck day. Maybe I should have waited. But we got one thing we could donate to the museum, so we'll go donate that quick. Say hi to Harvey. Can I do anything for you? Okay, so one more thing to donate. So I think the next area I want to go to, that we haven't really popped over to, St. Louis. Everyone seems a little happier on the weekends, don't you think? Is an area that is also added into Stardew Expanded. I think this way's quicker. There's a whole area to the west of Cindersap Forest that we're going to check out. But first we'll have this cutscene. So Sophia is very nervous around new people. She startles very easily. Oh, Flurkus. It's just you. Sorry, I get startled easily. Hey, you're kind of new to farming, so... I want to give you a device as my way of welcoming you to the valley. Follow me to my storage chest. Here, it's a sprinkler. It'll automatically water adjacent crops every day. So, it's not a normal sprinkler, it's the quality sprinkler. I have an order ledger in my crafts room. If you need more, you can purchase sprinklers from me. So the quality sprinkler does the 8 surrounding squares. The normal sprinkler only does 4 the perpendicular, like top, bottom, left, right of it. Hello. How's the sprinkler? Does it still work? So that's going to be useful. At the very least, that's 8 less squares we have to water each day. So we'll get that put in a few. Now we've got another event with Andy. Ah, it's the new farmer. How are you doing on this fine sunny day? You caught me in the middle of tending to my crops. I'm spreading some new Joja fertilizer on my crop field. I always use Joja fertilizer. It makes my crop stronger and healthier. Say, you're just starting out on Stardew Farm. I have something for you to help you out. I have some strawberry seeds for you. Fairhaven Farm strawberries have a good reputation in Grampleton and Chestervale. I'll be sending them your way once I have the time. These here crops got me occupied. You have yourself a nice day, Flurkus. Go get some dirt on you. Alright. Yeah, so Andy, he's trying to get by. hardworking farmer in the valley, but has kind of bought into Joja. Like, accepted his fate. Joja is steadily taking things over, and he's just kind of along for the ride now. A lost book. You found a lost book. The library's collection is expanded. So yeah, Andy seems like he's kind of just doing what he has to do to get by, essentially. Even if that means working with the large corporation that's trying to take over. So we'll head over here. So this is a new area with StardewExpanded, just a massive field area. We've got a lot of stuff we can forage, so we're going to collect all this stuff. And there is one little secret spot I want to go to. It's not really a secret spot, but there's an extra little thing you can get early on in the game if you go down there. So I believe it's over this way. Fiber while we're at it. There is a specific little spot in here. I think it's down here. Yes. There's just some nice little artifacts. And a sword. So we now have a better sword that we can use. So that's going to be very useful when we go back to the mines. The rusty sword is fine at the start, but it definitely loses its usefulness very quickly in the mines. So having something stronger earlier just makes life a little easier when you're trying to fight the monsters as you go further down. And we'll just catch one fish while we're here. Maybe. It's a very bad luck day, so we might not find anything. Alright, we'll just take a Joja Cola. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I was so pumped when I found the forest sword in my side playthrough. Yeah, I did not even know about it for the longest time. It's a nice little extra thing that they put in just to help people when they start off their farm. Like, here's a little extra thing. Oh, a 4-leaf clover. Definitely I'm going to keep that. That's really cool to find early. The 4-leaf clover is something we'll need later, and it's very, very rare. That was really cool to find. Yeah, I'm really happy about that one. That's really cool. So yeah, we just found this abandoned building. No one's in it. Aurora Vineyard. So we can't actually inspect that. So it looks like there used to be a vineyard here that closed down at some point. So there's something to keep in mind. Maybe we'll come back here later. Wait, and we found an ancient doll in the house. So that's something else we could donate to Gunther. But yeah, finding that 4-leaf clover there, having gotten a 4-leaf clover, Woody's Secret, and an amber, and it's only been the first week, is kind of crazy. That's a really good seed for the random draws for everything in this. That's a lot of things that just make life easier later on. That's really cool. At this point now, I'm like going to be expecting to find a prismatic shard, and I'll be mad when I don't get one, which is stupid because you shouldn't be getting a prismatic shard early. I love to decorate for the different seasons, but if I did get one, I wouldn't feel shocked anymore. Say hi to Elliot. You probably wouldn't like it inside my cabin. It's dark and full of spiders. Yeah, I don't think anyone would like that. If the local fishing scene got a bit more lively, I might expand the shop stock. That line from Elliot makes it seem like he doesn't want anyone to interact with him and he just says things. to keep people away. Okay. We can donate the doll. We can donate a sword. And we got a reward. So 9 cauliflower seeds. So that's nice. The cauliflower seeds are one of the more expensive ones. So we'll do that. I always keep my first ancient doll for floor 100. I've never actually bothered with doing that secret. I know about it. I've just never actually taken the time to do it. But yeah, that is a fun other thing in the game. Dad's coming back soon. I hope he brings me some toys. So we have a lot of different items that we gotta kind of manage. We actually, again, I got the backpack upgrade and we filled it up already. So and we didn't even go to the mines. So another example of why it's really useful to get the backpack upgrade as early as possible. So we're just going to store as many of these things as we can. There's an apricot tree over here, but we can't get to it because we don't have the tool upgrades. We'll plant one of the cauliflower seeds. We'll plant the rest once we can harvest stuff. I'm going to just throw the rusty sword there. Move this up here. Let's keep a few more foraging things. I want to keep that 4-leaf clover. Keep a second dandelion. I think we'll sell the rest of those. And once we harvest stuff, I'll put... Actually, no, it makes more sense. I don't have to water them, so let's just get those cauliflower seeds planted. This. That works out perfectly. So I'll still have to water the other side, but I won't have to worry about watering these ones. So sell all these. Get rid of those. And we'll keep the Joja Cola. Nice quick speed boost in a pinch, so we'll hang on to that. Let's clear up some more space. Whole area that we have not even checked out. Well, 2 areas. We haven't gone up here and we haven't gone over to the left. So there's a whole bunch of things on the frontier farm that we've yet to even explore. But that's okay. It's only the first week. We've got plenty of time. So up here, we have the dilapidated greenhouse to restore. We have another mahogany tree over there, so we can chop that down to get some more hardwood. But for now, let's just clear up all of this. Some more mixed seeds. Well, one more. We'll actually take out the wood quick. I'm going to build one more chest. Oh, and we got to build the scarecrow. Let's take the fiber out. Okay. So now, let's store those. Store that. Let's set up the scarecrow. We'll drop it right there. So that shows the whole area that it covers. I'm going to put that one there. And this will be this light green. This will be seeds. So I'll store that mixed seed there. So we'll start just stockpiling some stuff. Got that done. So we got a couple quests related to the mines. Going deeper into it, we got to make a furnace, which needs some resources from the mines. We need to kill 10 slime. And we got to build a coop, but we need money for that. So that's lower priority. So let's get a little bit more energy. Not a ton more. We're kind of limited on how much we're going to actually have time to get done. So I'll just get enough to chop 2 or 3 more trees down. Maybe some rocks. And then we'll call this a day. basically just make all the resources back from the chests that we crafted. And the, what's the word? Scarecrow. Yeah, I think after this tree, that'll pretty much be it on the energy. And there's a minecart behind there. What will that be used for? Okay, we got another coal. Definitely want to make sure we get as much coal as possible as well. Alright, yeah, so that's a good point. As long as luck is good tomorrow, I think it will be good to run over to the mines and really start trying to push through as much of that as we can. So Sunday, start of a new week, even though it's the 7th day. So we do have Queen of Sauce, so that's another indicator on the screen. It lets you know when that's on. Greetings, it is I, the Queen of Sauce, here to teach you a new mouth-watering recipe from my secret cookbook. This week's dish. Stir fry. It's a perfect way to get some healthy greens on your plate. Saute the greens in a little sesame oil and make sure to add plenty of fresh ginger and garlic. Now breathe deeply. Oh, that's good. You learned how to cook stir fry. So it's really good to have UI info suite to remind you to watch Queen of Sauce. Here's 3 bags of strawberry seeds. These ought to help you during your first season in the valley. Farmers gotta stick together these days. My sources tell me you've been poking around inside the old community center. Why don't you pay me a visit? My chambers are west of the forest lake in the stone tower. I may have information concerning your rat problem. M. Rasmodius, wizard. So, there's a wizard. We're gonna go meet him in a few. We can actually head there right away. It's a good luck day, so we're definitely gonna go to the mines. But get these strawberries planted. Because they also they continue to produce after they're fully grown. So you want to plant them as early as possible. That way you're able to maximize the number that you can get in the season. So let's get all of this watered. And I'm going to keep 1 potato. I'll sell the other one. I'm sure we'll get more. Drink the Joja Cola for a little speed boost, because if we're going to have to walk all the way down to meet the wizard, who is down in Cindersap Forest, and then have to come all the way back up to head to the mines, that's a pretty big distance back and forth. And we only have so much time in the day. Traveling merchants here. I don't think I went over here Friday, so let's see if there's anything. It's actually a lot of stuff that is very useful. But not necessarily stuff we can afford right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just move on. So we'll head to the wizard. Come in. I am Magnus Rasmodius, seeker of the arcane truths, mediary between physical and ethereal, master of the 7 elementals, keeper of the sacred... You get the point. So he's clearly a big deal. And you, Flurkus, the one whose arrival I have long foreseen. Here, I'd like to show you something. Behold. The little guy that we saw in the community center. He seems to know what's going on there. You've seen one before, haven't you? They call themselves the Junimos. Mysterious spirits, these ones. For some reason, they refuse to speak with me. It's probably because you do weird stuff like that, just teleporting them into your space. Respect their boundaries. I'm not sure why they've moved into the community center, but you have no reason to fear them. You found a golden scroll written in an unknown language. Most interesting. Stay here. I'm going to see for myself. I'll return shortly. Okay, so he can clearly teleport. So that's a fun thing to just discover when you just started learning how to farm a week ago, that there's also people who just teleport that live right beside you. Found the note. The language is obscure, but I was able to decipher it. We, the Junimo, are happy to aid you. In return, we ask for gifts of the valley. If you are one with the forest, then you will see the true nature of this scroll. One with the forest. What do they mean? Sniff, sniff. Aha! Come here. My cauldron is bubbling with ingredients from the forest. Baby fern, moss grub, caramel top toadstool. Can you smell it? Here, drink up. Let the essence of the forest permeate your body. So, a week ago, you're working for Joja. And then, in a span of a week, you're standing beside a wizard who just teleported back and forth and then told you to just drink from his cauldron. So it's clearly doing something to you. It's probably a little more than just those ingredients he said in that cauldron. You've gained the power of forest magic. Now you can decipher the true meaning of the Junimo scrolls. Okay, so we can read that scroll now. We're just gonna say hi to the wizard real quick too while we're here. I sometimes observe the local villagers in secret. Yeah, that seems like something you would do. Okay, so now we're going to head into town. We'll pop into the community center, take a look at that text again now that we can translate it. Excuse me. And then we'll head up to the mines. Still pretty early. We should be able to get a lot of progress there. And those foraging we're picking up will be useful while we're in the mines. Just in a pinch, some food to eat. Sam's trying to do a kickflip. Good luck. Hope it works out. Is there a quest we want to do? Slay 4 green slimes. Well, we already are going to try to kill 10, so we might as well just take that quest while we're at it. Oh, there's a daffodil hidden there. Okay, so let's go see if we can read this thing. Ooh, do I want to do that instead? Okay. Alright, so we can look at this. So, spring foraging bundle. So we need to donate these things. I actually think for convenience, I'm just going to donate all of these right now. I'm sure I'll pick up more on the way to the mines. So we just need a leak and we can finish that bundle. Construction bundle, we need to get all of these resources, so it's really good that we can get that hardwood early. We'll probably be able to get this bundle knocked out within a day or two. We've been collecting resources all week, so we're already close there. Fall foraging bundle, obviously we've got to wait till fall. Summer, winter, same thing. An exotic bundle. So there's 8 slots, we've got 9 things here, so we have to at least bring 8 of these 9 things to finish this bundle. And now we have this message showing here, so we could check stuff from here. We can't donate through here. We still have to come to the community center to actually donate, but we can at least check in the inventory. And the items I pick up will indicate, because of UI Info Suite, if they are available to go to a specific bundle. So that still took a bit of time, so we're getting to the mines a little later. And best, I think, if we can hopefully get through 10 floors, that would be great. But we'll see. Someone was throwing rocks at my tent last night. I just had to wait it out. There's not a lot of people in the town, so it should be pretty easy to narrow down who it could have been. Seems like they should do some investigating there. Say hi to Marlin as well. Sword, dagger, or hammer. The weapon you choose dictates your fighting style. I always go with the swords. I've never really liked using the hammer or any of the other weapons in the game. I always liked the swords the most. So let's start working through. It's good luck day, so hopefully we'll find a lot of staircases pretty quickly. But yeah, there's one. But we're going to take this slime out, so we'll have that quest done already. So that's nice. Now we gotta talk to Lewis to finish it. But we have 2 days to do it, so no rush to find him right now. We can just keep going through the mines. Main thing, we want to get as much copper ore as we can. Ooh, there's an amethyst, so we want to get that. We can donate that to the museum. That's cool to find on floor 6. Also why it's good to wait till a good luck day to go into the mines. So there's that. I'm not going to bother exploring the floor. I'm going to just try to get as deep as I can into the mines as quickly as possible. I think that's usually my preferred approach, is try to get down to the bottom of the mines as quickly as possible, and then I can just start jumping to whatever floors I need to find specific things. Especially when it's like kind of just like I'm not in a rush. Like I'm obviously, the sooner you can get like perfection or the community center done, the better. But if it takes a little longer, that's okay. Like the point of the game is to have fun, and you dictate what that looks like. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to rush through to get every task done. Let's go at your own pace. So we have used a lot of energy already. So maybe we'll only get to floor 10 and then just call it there. Well, there's a staircase. So we just got to find one staircase. There it is. So just collect some of this stuff. I'll grab these copper ore while I'm here, just to get some more of that copper. Want to try to have enough to... Okay, we definitely have enough. We're going to be able to make a furnace. But I'd like to get enough to make the furnace and the first copper bar if we could. Do that as well. Alright, and periodically the floors give rewards. So we got some leather boots, gives us a little bit of defense, so we take a little less damage from the monsters, which will be good. But since we only did 9 slimes so far, so I'll go down one more floor just to get 1 slime. I'd like to get that quest done while we're at it. Wow. 3 staircases already. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just do this quick. We'll go down to this floor, but I'm just going to leave. Let's go get the initiation quest done. Alright, so we're now part of the Adventurers Guild. Oh yeah, same thing he said before, basically. So yeah, so now we can buy other things from him. There's some recipes for some food, weapons and things. Cordelia, Camilla, our witch, sent me here to seek an audience with Marlin. You know he's a legend where I come from. So Marlin's clearly a big deal. Yeah, let's go to Lewis. It's his birthday. Maybe I have something I could give him. But we can also turn in the quest. Get a little more money. We could swing by... I don't think we're going to make it to Clint's. I think that closes at 4, so never mind that one. We'll wait for tomorrow for the geodes. It's good to take a break from work every now and then. At the very least, we have a few items for the museum we could donate, get a few other little things done. I have a leak. I'll probably grab that and just run back to donate that to finish the first bundle. Today, I'm just going to relax and think positively. Let's check, where is Lewis? He's heading towards his house, so he should be just straight ahead. Yep, just went inside. So I'll learn about prize tickets. Ah, hello there, Flurkus. I was just loading some more prizes into this machine here. It's a new program I've come up with to help promote a spirit of goodwill among the townsfolk, you included. It's pretty simple. Sometimes when you help out others in town, you'll receive a prize ticket. You can turn them in for prizes, or for rewards. There's some special stuff in there. So yeah, it's another thing, as you do the requests in the town, every once in a while you'll get one of these tickets to get a little extra bonus item. My only worry is that people will just go after the tickets rather than cultivating a true compassion for their fellow man. I just want to help. Is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear that. At any rate, keep checking that help wanted board in town. That's a good way to get your hands on more tickets. Good luck out there. So yeah. So that counted as the dialogue with him. Stuff. I sense you've been spending some time in the old community center. It's good to know someone's taking care of the place. I'm just gonna go check. I'm pretty sure Clint closed at 4, and if it's 5, I'm definitely not gonna get there before 5. It's too close. Oh. Yep. Oh, he's still in range. We just snuck it in. So we'll get to crack these open. Nothing useful, actually, for the museum, but that's okay. Still have an amethyst and an earth crystal we can donate. Drop those off. Okay, now we want to run back. We're going to want to get a leek. And I will grab a parsnip, because once we finish the first bundle, there'll be some stuff that occurs that we'll be able to expand to some other areas. That will just save us a little bit of time. I can go ahead and just craft that furnace while it's in my inventory. Okay, so now we gotta smelt a copper bar. And this is where I'll talk about another one of the mods that I have, which is Automate. So Automate makes so normally you have to hold the ore and everything in your inventory to start doing something. With Automate, it's going to connect with any chests nearby and pull resources from there. So it automatically started making a copper bar by pulling items from that inventory. So we'll let that go. It's just going to make it for us. We'll drop these off. Put that seed there. And I want the leek. And I'm going to go ahead and bring a parsnip. I think I'll need the potato. So we're going to walk back over to the community center. Fortunately, the community center does not have an open and close time like the rest of the buildings in Pelican Town and the surrounding area. You can go in there anytime, so you can kind of coordinate around what you're doing the rest of the day, talking with all the other villagers to donate stuff when it makes sense, or when you have the spare time and you're not doing anything else. So we'll drop off the leek here. Finish the first bundle. We get a bunch of spring seeds, so we'll plant those later. I don't know that I'm gonna try to expand the crop area too much more beyond where it is right now. Just the time and energy that takes right now is more than I've be too concerned with. But we have 2 more bundles we can start working towards. So spring crops, which is why I brought these 2. So we need a green bean, cucumber, and cauliflower. We have all of those growing right now, so we'll have those shortly. Summer crops, fall crops, those are going to be crops in other seasons when we get to those. Quality crops bundle. I don't know how confident I am that we're going to pull off 5 gold parsnips or 5 gold cucumbers. If I get some fertilizer, maybe. It would be great if we did. Maybe I'll try it on the parsnips, but I'm not going to get my hopes up there. Usually a lot of my playthroughs, this one ends up bleeding into year 2 to finish it. I've never gotten the community center done year 1, playing without pausing time or doing other things to make it more convenient for myself. Artisan bundle, another one that takes a little bit of time. We have pears, so we can bring that over. We have a nectarine tree growing. The rest of this stuff might take a little bit of time. Animal bundle, obviously we don't have any animals yet, so we don't got to worry about that. And then over here, fishing. We just need to start catching all these things. Some of the stuff we had caught and I sold. Lake fish, like I caught a bullhead and sold it. I'll just go work on catching another one. But all those types of things we can check. Like if I pull it up here, I can go in here. I'll just pick the sunfish, for example. I can use look up anything and I can check, okay, where do I need to go to catch that? And then I can target specific ones on certain days and just say, okay, today's going to be a fishing day. Let's try to catch these fish for this bundle. But that's definitely its own dedicated day. Fishing uses a good bit of energy, and we don't have a lot of energy to work with right now. So we'll walk back. We will sell those. We'll drop these spring seeds in here. So we've got a lot of seeds that we can plant as stuff becomes available. Actually, we'll plant one of them just for the sake of having this look smooth, but it's going to be one of the mixed seeds. Let's keep working on clearing some of this stuff up. Well, let's get rid of this fiber. Drop those off. I'm going to change the color of this. Resources. Let's sit and get a little bit of energy, and we can get a little bit more done before we go to sleep. Yeah, 80. I see the message. I said I would do it when I'm done streaming. It's the tree. There it is. Alright. So, what are we at? Okay, we can get one more tree chopped before we wrap this up. Okay. Let's going to be all we do there. Okay. That's going to be it for this day. Alright, so let's get everything watered. A lot of stuff that we could try to do today. Since I mentioned about doing the fishing, I think work on that a little bit today. So I think we'll just head into town. We'll start with working on some of the river. Yeah, we'll work on the river fish bundle first. That up. So let's see. For river fish, ones we can get right now, I think maybe the minnow. Yes, we can get the minnow. We can get the sunfish. And we could potentially get goldfish if we get lucky. So there's 3 right there that we can try to get while we're fishing today. Just check that trash can when we go by. I'm always on the fence with checking the trash cans. Usually I do it in the morning early when I'm running through the town if I'm going to do a specific thing. I don't think it really matters much when you're using Friends Forever, because when a villager sees it, and normally you lose friendship with them when they see you digging through the trash. Except for Linus. You gain friendship with, if I'm correct. It's your no changer, you gain friendship. But normally I try to just avoid it when they're around, even when I have Friends Forever on, or yeah, Friends Forever, just to not avoid the awkward dialogue that occurs with them when you do that. So yeah, so right now we have sunfish and minnow that we can try to catch. Starting at 10, the goldfish is also possible to catch. One mod I'm not using, I've never used it before. I've seen other people use it. I do think it's a really cool one. I'm drawing a complete blank on the name of it, but essentially what it does is it shows in the water fish swimming, and it's the fish that are eligible in the pool of fish that can be caught at that moment. So it's a nice visual cue to look at to tell what fish are available in a specific body of water at a given time. I'm not using it. I think with Look Up Anything, it kind of defeats the need for it in a sense. But it is a nice visual cue, I think. So smallmouth bass aren't needed for a bundle, so I'll probably keep a handful of them in the fishing chest I made just to have some fish available for any cooking once we get a kitchen. Otherwise, I'm just going to sell them all. So even when you're not catching the fish you need, at least you're just making money. So it's a win-win when you're doing this for working on the bundles, except when you get trash. Trash is useless. Even when you have the recycling machine, I don't think it's worth using the trash. Except for CDs. The things that give you refined quartz are a little useful, but you only need so much refined quartz to do stuff in the game that you usually just manage to get it from just getting quartz in the mine. we're getting close to a level. So every time you level up your fishing, the bar expands slightly, so it makes it a little bit easier. We're not finding fish that are super difficult to catch right now. But as your fishing level goes up, you unlock new fish that are able to be caught, and then you start randomly getting them. It gets a little disappointing to randomly start failing arbitrarily from the difficult fish popping up. So we got our sunfish for the bundle, so we need the minnow, and goldfish is able to be found now. Goldfish, I think, is a little more difficult to catch. I don't think there's a level requirement on it, but I've only ever caught 1 or 2 of them, I think, in other playthroughs. It's another one that's also StardewValleyExpanded specific. Yeah, 10 to 5 spring in Pelican Town. And then the minnow can be found all over until 6 o'clock. So we'll just keep going till 6. And then depending how much inventory space we have, how much energy we have, maybe we'll look at some of the night fishing ones that are available. Maybe we'll just donate these things and then just go back to the farm and just sit down. And then use whatever energy we have remaining to just clear a little more space, get some more resources, and maybe build the coop sooner than later. In the meantime, we'll just keep accumulating smallmouth bass. I feel like most playthroughs I do, fishing ends up being the first thing I max out, because usually the fishing bundle, just the way it's set up when you start targeting and working towards getting specific fish, you end up spending a lot of time doing the fishing. And like when you're doing fishing, it's like a dedicated, you're doing it the whole day. When you're doing foraging or something, like early on you're doing it a lot, but you start doing it a lot less as the game progresses, and like most of the foraging XP only comes from picking things up randomly, which gives you XP but not nearly as much. Mining you mostly only get when you're working in the mines. So that kind of comes in waves. Combat's always the very last one I have getting maxed out. That's one that I don't work on a whole lot. Like, I don't go out of my way to level the combat. That's always the last one to get done. Farming level starts off kind of slow, and then that ramps up too. Like, once you've got coops and barns and things, you're just constantly getting experience every day for that. Tomorrow is a raining day, and there's certain fish that can only be caught in the rain, so that will be another good day to potentially target catching certain things. And you also get a little bit more energy because you don't have to spend the time watering your crops in the morning, so you can just, as soon as you wake up to start the day, you can just head straight out to go get started. Okay, we got 73, so we still doing okay on energy. I think around that 6 o'clock mark is probably when we'll be pretty low. Not sure that we're going to have much luck finding the minnow or the goldfish today, though, but that's okay. We've got plenty of time to work at it. Yeah, the energy difference is really jarring early. Once you get your first few star drops, like, even just the first star drop you get, like, you notice that increase in energy. Like, and you reach a point where it's like you can go through your whole day doing stuff and you don't even get close to reaching the bottom of your energy. It's another great way to kind of show the progression as you go through the game. Okay, we'll probably catch 2 or 3 more fish and then, or 2 or 3 more pieces of trash. That's fine too. Get a few more things, and then we'll just go up and we'll donate the sunfish. At the very least, we'll get a nice bit of money out of selling some of these smallmouth bass. Okay. What is this? This might be... Nope. Okay, this will definitely be the last fish. That energy's low. Some of the fish you can usually... You can tell what you're about to catch based on where it ends up kind of hovering around. If I'm correct, the minnow is always very close to, if not at the very bottom of the bar. So like whenever we do get the minnow, it's obvious. I don't know you. Why are you talking to me? That'll be one for another time. Alright, so we can think just the sunfish. It's the only, yep, it's the only thing we have right now. So we'll donate that. And we'll head back to the farm and just kind of assess this inventory and figure out what we want to sell and put away. Let's see, we'll sell that. Get rid of the trash. I'm gonna keep all the algae. I'll sell all of the smallmouth bass. I'll keep those other three smallmouth and the sunfish. Want to keep all that algae, and we want to keep the river jelly. That will be useful for crafting another item later. So we'll sit for a few, get some energy back. Don't think we'll worry about the night fishing stuff today. We'll just work on getting some more trees cut down, get some more resources, try to just have as much as we can early, so when we get to the point where we want to start building different things, we can just do it all. We'll clear this area up here. The other really nice thing that I didn't mention about the Frontier Farm is the fact that forageable items spawn on it. It's another nice thing early on. Like most of the farms, you don't find those things. You're only finding it when you're exploring the town. So being able to just kind of collect things like right beside the farm is very convenient too. So we'll cut down that mahogany tree. If I get a seed, we'll just go ahead and plant it immediately. Oh, we got 2. Cool. So we'll plant those immediately and just start growing more mahogany trees over here. And this can just be a dedicated spot we can come to start harvesting those. And we don't have to worry about really being short on hardwood going forward. So that's another good Bit of stuff collected there. Yeah, I mean, we already have the construction bundles almost completely done. We need a lot of clay still. That always kind of takes a little bit. I haven't found a lot of artifact spots, so that's going to be a big part of it. And I haven't tilled anymore. You can find the clay just tilling the ground. But we'll get clay over time. We got our fishing level. Okay. So I think that's a good bit of progress for first 8 days. I think probably gonna call it here. Yeah, first stream was kind of just seeing how stuff would go. I think it went pretty well. I had a lot of fun. Hope everyone watching had fun with it. I definitely think I'm going to keep doing this. I've had some ideas for what a schedule will look like. Different games on different days. Saturday will be the Stardew Valley day, Saturday. So I'm going to keep doing that each Saturday. Times are probably going to vary, but I'll make sure to get a schedule posted up on the channel once I kind of work that out and coordinate how much I want to do while still working full time and everything. Difficult to kind of balance that time. But yeah, I hope everyone had fun. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun doing this. Definitely want to keep doing it, and I'm excited to keep doing it. So yeah, I'll hope you all tune in the next time. See y'all later.